One of the key things about our profession is that it's all about learning. So, regardless of what you did during grad school, the idea behind what we do for the rest of our careers is all about continuing to learn as we go along. And one of the amazing things about being a professor is at most of the universities we are in, we have something called the sabbatical system. Now, what is a sabbatical system? Once you spend a few years at an institution, you're usually given some time off. And the idea behind that time off is that you can rejuvenate, refresh, and relearn various things. Now, a lot of times, there are other things that are on your mind, and you may not be able to fully leverage the sabbatical system. But I strongly believe that this is one of the things that makes us a unique profession and one that we should fully leverage. So, just to give an example of my own career, I started my career at Cornell, and after a few years there, I became eligible for a sabbatical. So I came to Chicago and basically what I did was I took classes at both Northwestern and the University of Chicago. I had never done something called industrial organization ever in my life, so I attended a class on that at Northwestern, and I had also not done Bayesian statistics as a graduate student, and so I attended a class on that at the University of Chicago. So what that did was that it essentially influenced my research subsequent to that. So prior to that, most of what I was doing was essentially in the area of consumer choice. But after that first sabbatical, a lot of my research moved towards doing industrial organization related work and a little bit of Bayesian econometrics as well. My second sabbatical was at MIT and Harvard. And there I did two classes. One was a dynamics class at Harvard, a dynamic econometrics class at Harvard, and another one on contract theory at MIT. Now, I didn't get to use contract theory a whole lot after that, but I did benefit a lot from taking that class and also taking the class on dynamics and then using it in my research subsequently. And the most recent instance of this is that I took a class at Stanford in 2012. I spent a year at Stanford and essentially ended up taking a class in development economics, an area which we haven't seen too much of in marketing. And my subsequent research has been heavily influenced by what I did during the course of that one class. So my point here is that in order to keep your career going, one of the nice things that we have built into our system is the sabbatical. To the extent you can, obviously you would want to go to a different place, but many of us have constraints with family constraints, other constraints that prevent us from going away. So an alternative to that is simply to take classes at your home institution. It is hard because there are a lot of administrative things on your calendar, etc. But to the extent you can, I think it's going to be a very fruitful endeavor because marketing as a field tends to be fairly dynamic. And in order to keep up with what is happening in the field, it really helps if one keeps retooling and relearning.